Again, my name is Ryan. I'm the practice administrator from the Institute for Human Reproduction. I'm joined here today with Dr. Ilan Terkasba. Dr. Terkasba, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
He's asking questions, you see. So, Ilan Terkasba, I'm originally from Israel. We were just talking to Ron about the Tel Aviv meeting in December. Been involved in infertility, egg donation, surrogacy for over 25 years. We've been very successful with that. And actually, from when I look at you guys, when you come here, you already made the decision, you want to have a family. So now is what we can help you. Is actually, we probably can provide you a VIP fast track. This is what we try to do. It's a personalized medicines that we provide, like a boutique center, besides the fact that we are very successful. And we definitely understand your needs, your concerns, and this is what we are trying to help you.
You were just recently featured in National Geographic and on Good Morning America when they came to the office, and I think that kind of resonates here today too. Can you tell us how you think that's applicable to what we're doing here today?
So, yes, so part of the thing is when you guys come to visit us in our clinic, we don't think that you are interested in tests and treatments, etc. Yes, you are, of course, but at the end of the day, you're coming for a baby. So now it's our job to see how we can help you to get it as soon as safe, and it will be safe for you, costly manner, of course, it's also a concern, but also to have a healthy baby at the end of the day. So we can do, besides the fact that we are looking at, that we can do now genetic testing to the embryos before we transfer them into the uterus, and we usually transfer one at a time, one embryo at a time, even though some people may say buy one, get one free, but it's really not healthy for the embryos as well as for the mother. Then actually we'll go one at a time. We actually, what Ryan was mentioning is that we can now do a test for the lining to make sure that the synchronization between the embryo and the uterus is as perfect as it can get. So we maximize the chance to conceive and to have a baby from the first transfer. Because the idea is not, yes, we can give you a discount for the second transfer or the third transfer, but you actually want to be successful with the first one. So while it's cost effective to look at the process from the beginning and try to make it for you guys to achieve everything that you need from the first time that you come. The other questions that we are going to ask you right from the beginning is how many kids do you want? And I found out that not many of our colleagues will ask you this question, because at the end of the day, we are planning for the long run. It depends how many, if you want one kid, it's okay. If you want 2 or 3, depends how many eggs you need. The surrogacy, what's the process? Whether the surrogate can be the same one for the next siblings or not. Whether you can plan with that or not. So all those things come into play from day one that we talk for the first time, and now we can plan all the process moving forward and see how we can do. So we do it, practically it's a teamwork. I have my partner, Dr. David Cohen, sitting here, and we have some good stuff besides the twine. We have some Scarlett and Jessica, our nurses, and Sarah, one of the clinical coordinator. They're all here. That practically we are here to help you to go through this process. And I said, these bumps and ups and downs and emotional roller coaster, but this is our job. You ask us actually to help you to run this project with regards to getting the donor, getting the embryos, getting healthy embryos, the best embryos you can have, and then choosing the surrogate, making sure that she is healthy and everything is okay, making sure that the uterus is as good as it can get. So with the first transfer, you'll have the best chance to conceive. If you have any questions, we are more than happy to, please.
I apologize if this is outside of your your area of expertise because you're a doctor, I guess. So, or you're definitely a doctor.
I'm also I'm also a marriage counselor. Yes, go ahead.
No, I was wondering if you might know what legal requirements there are for a mother, a surrogate, to make it so that the child is Jewish with two fathers.
All right. So by the Jewish tradition, the mother needs to be Jewish when she delivers a baby. So if the father is Jewish, but the mother is non-Jewish, from the rabbi point of view, not from my point of view or your point of view, the kid is not Jewish unless he will convert later on.
Does it matter whether it's the surrogate versus the egg donor?
No. So whoever gave birth,
Oh.
because when the Torah was written, that was about 5,700 years ago, even though they were very smart at that time, they still had few things that they didn't wrote about it. And so if the surrogate is Jewish, the baby is Jewish if you choose him to be so, from the rabbi point of view.
And there are agencies that we work with that are Jewish egg donors, Jewish surrogates. So that's part of the individual approach that we provide, is really listening to the needs and working within the religious, ethical, and financial, challenges that for each individual intended parent.
Right. You can have any minorities, African American, Hispanic, Asian, Jewish, whatever. It's important for you guys. It's our job to make it as easy as for you to try to find out and make it simple. Any other questions, concerns? I mean, you know a lot about the process. At the end of the day, once you made the decision you want to have a kid, now it's who's going to help you on the way. And Google us on Yelp, find out, see what you hear about it, and then you decide whether you want to come and see us and give us a chance and see how we can help you to fulfill your dreams of having a baby. 1 or 2 or 3.
Do you measure your success rate?
Yes. So in general, with egg donation and surrogacy, and if we do genetic testing for the embryos, you can reach about 70-80% chance to conceive with elective single embryo transfer. If you find somebody who can do it better and faster, you let me know.
How about without genetic testing?
Without genetic testing, probably about maybe 10-15% lower. So it's still like 60-70%, which is excellent. Adding the genetic testing just is practically increasing the chance for implantation and decreasing the chance for miscarriage. So what we are interested in, you are interested in, is take-home baby. This is what basically we were looking for. The take-home baby chance is increasing, because if you're having a transfer, and there's a surrogate has a miscarriage, and then she goes again in 3-4 months, and now it's another transfer. At the end of the day, from cost-benefit analysis, if you would have done maybe another 1 or 2 steps that initially seems like maybe more costly, you probably would save money.
What is included in the genetic testing?
The genetic testings are 2 different kind of genetic testing. So one is screening the donor. There's a screening for her to make sure that she's not a carrier for gene mutation, that if she is carrying it and whoever gives the sperm is also a carrier, then the baby will have the 25% chance to have the disease. So this is screening before we do anything else. Now we're talking about genetic testing for the embryos. So we can test the embryos to make sure that they don't have chromosomal abnormalities. So each one of us is supposed to have 46 chromosomes in each cell. But if you have an extra chromosome or less chromosome, one less, then the chance is either that this embryo will not implant, or it will result in miscarriage, or like an abnormal embryo, which is Down syndrome, which you can decide whether you want to continue for delivery or termination, depends what you feel and how you feel about it. This is not, it's for you to decide. But they're also for the surrogate. So once the surrogate is pregnant, she has her own she controls her body. And even though all those things may be discussed in advance, she may decide she does or she does not want to do termination once she's pregnant. So all those things are getting confused. And so if you go all over with everything that you've done now, yes, it may save another $4,000 or $5,000, but at the end of the day, it's worthwhile with having a healthy baby and decreasing the chance for miscarriage. So those are the genetic testings that we do for the embryos. We can do genetic testing also now. It's a panel of 238 genes that we test in the uterine cavity, just to make sure that it's like personalized medicine. So we make sure that the hair uterus is supposed to be like day 5 because we transfer like day 5 embryo. But sometimes she needs another extra day or two of exposing to progesterone, one of the hormones that we use, in order to be synchronized and alignment so the embryo can implant. And without doing this test, doing just ultrasound and everything else, everything looks fine. So just an additional test that now we have been using, and this is one of the tests that Ryan mentions that I was in Good Morning America and National Geographic in January 2019, which was like the future of medicine. So what Ryan would like to tell you is that the future of medicine is already at IHR today, so it's like...
What stage do you do the genetic testing?
Which one?
Like the
Okay, I'll talk about all stages so it will be clear. Testing the donor is before we even start everything. We can test you, whoever gives the sperm. It's the same. We usually, when we have a couple coming, now it's one of you as a donor, or both of you in the donor, we need to test the couple as a couple. Second, testing the embryos is after you do the egg retrieval, fertilize the eggs, culture them for 5-6 days. Now the embryo, it's a blastocyst, it's like 140 cells. And we take a sample of cells from the cells that will develop to be placenta without damaging the embryo. There can always be damage or any problems, etc. There's some error risk, but it's really very, very low. In 98% of the times, there's no issues. And now those embryos will be frozen. There's no fresh transfer. So now we can divide it between the timing. There's no rush to synchronize everything. You got an egg donor, we do the egg donation, we have embryos, we freeze them, we test them. Now you know that you have few normal embryos to transfer. You have a surrogate, we prepare the surrogate, we test her, make sure everything is okay. We prepare her for the transfer, we do the transfer. It's a long 10 days to wait until she's pregnant or not.
Do you prefer the 5th day or the 6th day, or is there one better than the other?
So usually we do a transfer on day 5. If an embryo is day 6, if it's frozen, it will be transferred as day 5. So because the embryo may need another extra day to progress, but from the uterine point of view, and we put a lot of emphasis also on the uterus, because sometimes people tend to forget, but the uterus is really crucial in order for the embryo to implant. So embryo is day 6, will be transferred as day 5 because the uterus is ready for it.
Some
Yes?
of the other sessions talk about guaranteed programs. Do you guys do any of these guaranteed programs whereby if there is not success in the first try, the program will?
It depends whether we do genetic testing or not. And we haven't, we used to have it in the past. There was some issues with that, there's always some issues, but definitely we can come up with some creative ideas, and if this will be the issue. The transfer, once we have embryos and the surrogate and everything else is fitting, the transfer itself it's low cost. So you have to remember, when you go through everything, the majority of the budget goes for the surrogacy. Then the egg donation part. Now everything else that we do is relatively low cost. Still high tech, but low cost.
Where are you based out of, and where the parents that you get, where do they tend to be from?
So we have babies all over the world, except Antarctica. And we have actually surrogate people came for surrogacy from the US all over, from Europe, from China, from Israel, from South America. So we are very keen in international, national working, so we can have a donor coming from California as a surrogate can come from Indiana, and you can come from here or from New York. There's no issues, and we will work and make it happen in a way that everybody feels comfortable. Okay. Any other questions? And other than that, we'll be happy to go ahead. You have one more? Again, this is our job to make your journey as easy as possible. And this is what we're proud of it. And this is what we do. We like to treat you in person. You come to the clinic, from the front desk to everybody else, they will say, "Good morning, how are you?" And they will know your face, not a number, like in many like big clinics, etc. This is part of our charm and success. And it's been a pleasure talking to you guys, and we hope to see you in the clinic for consultation.
Okay.
Thank you so much.